And welcome to another edition of Tea Time with T-Bone. There's a couple things I had planned tonight, but of course there's some changes and that stuff because things just couldn't get done right. It has been a weird and interesting week this week. A lot of stuff going on. We'll do the got an announcement we'll make later, and also with that announcement, some more chilling truth of some craziness. You know what? Let's start off with the announcement. Fuck it. As everybody knows, District 37 in Wyandotte County, which is basically the Turner and Argentine area, has turned around and was won by an Aaron Coleman. And after the win, which very few people voted, only won by a few points. After all that was said and done, you started hearing some stuff coming out about Aaron. And with that, because of the stuff coming out, I decided that I'm running a write-in campaign. That's right. Voting for District 37 in Wyandotte County, Kansas. Just write in the name Keith Jordan, okay? Because of the stuff that I'm going to read to you and talk to you about, I cannot let Aaron go and represent my area because it just wouldn't be good. So, first off, it came out that let's talk about this first. That there's so many papers on this one; it's just insane. About how the Coleman blackmailed. I'm not going to give the girl's name, of course. This girl that he obtained nude photos of when she was 13 years old. He demanded that she send more and threatened to circulate the photo if she did. After she refused, he followed her threat. And I didn't think somebody who done what he's done needs to be in the position of power is what this now what that girl is quoted as saying, because apparently she didn't fall into it. And well, what did he do? He did that. And he also was reportedly, now this female, of course, is older now. I'm not going to give the names, but he bullied her to the point that she attempted suicide. He wouldn't leave her alone, kept calling her fat, told her she should just kill herself as part of this persistent abuse that was going on. So all this stuff comes out, and I hear about it, and it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going in, writing campaign. A couple days ago, then Coleman, he drops out. He's, just nope, not going to do. He's dropping out of the race, but he just recently again decided no, he's not dropping out because he said he wanted to help women, and then this is a statement in his decision. That I can never justify what I did to those women, and I do apologize to them from a place of remorse and shame. But words are no longer acceptable response today. He said we need to provide safety to women in this society, which we do not currently do. Okay, now that sounds all nice and, okay, I made a mistake and I'm older now, but now he's 19 and this just happened a few years back. So, I mean, how much did you really learn? It's not like he stole a car, went for a joyride with some friends, and there you go. Now, that's pretty, pretty out there. Now, let's go on to the fun stuff. This one is the one that, goddamn. God damn. So, apparently Coleman, he met another female. This one is from Topeka on Tinder, okay? They started up a relationship which consisted of talking and occasionally meetings, mostly at hotels and Airbnbs in Kansas City. But she decided, okay, she thought he was very mature, okay? And let's see. She said he was very mature in this stuff, and that he knew he was interest politics. He spoke to her he was a high status man, and he told her how he wanted her to be his first lady of Kansas, and that was going to have to basically transform me into this political standing woman, and how I would be able to do certain things, and I would have to change to be with him if I was with a high status man. In other words, she had, I guess says she had a little weight problem. He started controlling her diet and that kind of stuff, taking pills and it, and it just kind of, it got weird. All right. Boy, do I say, when I say it got weird, I mean, it gets weird. I mean, we are, God, where's it? The one quote, there was a quote in here, of course, now I can't find the goddamn thing, but, you know. See, I hate that when stuff like this happens. It's like you think you got everything put together, but you don't. It just jumps around. Yeah, so so there's some of the basic, a bit of some of the basics, okay? It was one of those that, yeah, that he was, I guess, pretty much, well, I mean, I guess you could say from what I did, the couple things I just read to you, he was kind of, he's a prick. So, now, there's another time that one of the texts and stuff that Coleman actually said, because he didn't want to have children because he's afraid he's going to interrupt with his political ambitions, he texts her, "If you get pregnant, I will have to kill you and the baby." And that was when the pregnancy scare happened. So that's kind of a crazy little twist on everything, isn't it? I don't even know what to even freaking say on that one, but who knows? Yeah, that was weird to see. And the thing was, it's like, of course, you know, every time they do the typical, you know, break up, get back together kind of stuff like that. And now here's the one thing. It's one time that they broke up, because now this girl, I guess she's lived at home at the time, because her mom said she wasn't able to function properly until recently, and that was due to Coleman's actions, because this is like a recent breakup. So, and it, you know, she says it's hard for her to watch her daughter go from being excited about life to not even wanting to talk or function or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, when you got things like this, they just said they'd break, you know, like any couple, they'd break up, get back together and stuff like that. Well, she didn't have a ride to Kansas City one time, and so she was going to go to Kansas City, and because she's upset, she's going to go see Coleman because he wanted to see her and stuff. But she was going to hitchhike, and he says, "Don't you?" You know, they got into an argument about that, and then basically he was saying that he hoped that she, you know, that if she hitchhiked, she's just going to, you know, that she's going to get raped and all this kind of stuff, and chopped up, and they'd rape her corpse, and it is just, I mean, that's just, you could just altogether just insane. I mean, it was craziness. Now, here's where shit gets really over the top, and this is one of the reasons why, going back to the very beginning, where he says that we need to provide safety to women in this society, which we do not currently do. December 25th, Christmas Day of 2019. The two checked into a Kansas City Airbnb and stayed until December 27th. So, yeah. Stayed until December 27th, okay? The property had a hot tub, and a couple soaked in it during their final morning. Coleman kept talking about wanting to have a threesome, but the female, I'm not going to give her name either, of course, wasn't interested, she said. Eventually, she said she made a joke that she would break up with him for his birthday so he could have a threesome. He stopped. He kind of stopped for a few seconds, And then he spider monkey jumped on top of me. This is what she's saying. He spider monkey jumped on top of me, sat on top of me, and started choking me and slapped me 3 times and said, "Where do you think you're going?" And I pushed him off from on top of me after I slapped him and got out of the hot tub and said, "Maybe I'll just break up with you right now." Well, of course, and Coleman just, I don't remember any of this stuff happening, but it's beginning to circulate all over the web. And I'll tell you the truth, I was hoping to be able to got the ex on so she could tell her story, just let her go and just say the whole thing, because I mean there's so much. I mean, the fact that if this is true, which you know what, right now I'm gonna say there's a thing called patterns. We had the extortion, we had the the bullying to tell someone to kill themselves, that kind of stuff, and all this other stuff. And then now he choked her, and that stuff is what the words. And that's to say, I'd still, if I can get her to go and talk with me, I want her to just tell the whole entire story herself. And that, so right there, I don't know about you, but that is that's one of the reasons that I don't think that I want Aaron Coleman to be representing District 37, the district I live in. So that's why I'm officially write-in campaign Keith Jordan if you live in the area. That's what my announcement was, and that's what the texts were. Because I mean, the fact is, you're getting some of the stuff, but it's like after the whole extortion, you're not. There's just so much other things going on right now. This is kind of blanking out of what's going on, and I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion. That maybe if you want to run a public office, you shouldn't do stuff like that before you get into public office. That's more of a after you got into public office type thing. Just ask any politician. So, but no, I mean it's really kind of disturbing in a way that this kid, 19, okay, and since middle school's already extorted, blackmailed for wanting naked pictures, verbally abused someone to attempt suicide, and now got mad enough that he jumped on the female, his girlfriend, and choked her and slapped her. I mean, as I said, that's kind of that's early, okay. And if someone knows Aaron is listening to this, tell him he needs to talk to someone. You need help, okay? This is over the top. I mean, I'm not being funny. You're screwed up that you need to talk to somebody. Get your anger issues and stuff under control. Get whatever is messing with you taken care of, okay? That's and I'm not kidding on that at all. So, with that being said, maybe check back in like 25 when you hit 25, or well, I guess you're 19, 25 so soon. Check back when you hit your 30s. By then, you talked to somebody, you got your stuff worked out. Then maybe it'd be acceptable for you to say that you have a checkered past, and that you got professional help, and you worked on it, and that you want to make a difference. Okay. Until then, right now, nope. Out. Over the top. Out. So now on the fun stuff. So who's heard of FRAZZLEDRIP? See, this was kind of new to me. The whole FRAZZLEDRIP thing. It's they say it was a fake video, but I don't know. I saw some of the stuff and it came out because it involves, of course, going back towards the whole Pizzagate stuff and all this. And it's a video of Hillary Clinton and her assistant with that. Oh God, her last. Now I'm blanking her freaking name and stuff. Huma Abedin. Huma Abedin. It's a video which, again, of course, Huma Abedin, if you're not sure who she is the was a longtime aide for Hillary, i.e., also Anthony Weiner's wife. And we all know what Anthony Weiner did. He sent pictures of his wiener numerous times to underage girls and stuff like that. Well, anyway, the whole FRAZZLEDRIP, the whole video consists of them sexually assaulting and murdering a young girl. And there's, in parts of the video, they cut her face off. They're wearing her face and stuff. Now, this is all, of course, goes into the whole thing of the politicians and celebrities, abusing kids and stuff for their satanic rituals to get the adrenochrome and that kind of stuff. And of course, they say, and we're gonna eat them, hot dog and stuff. They're not eating, but they are doing the adrenochrome and that kind of stuff. Because you do kind of looks like, how can someone go from being, look aged, but then they start looking younger as they get older? I know there's a movie, the Benjamin Buttons thing. It's like, oh my God, are we trying to make this into some sort of thing people may think, well, maybe there is a such disease as that. Well, no, not really. But see, the thing is, in the video, and you could, even though, Abedin is wearing a mask, you can still look at the facial features and see that it is her that is doing it. Now, how else do we know about what's going on with this? Well, you remember that Anthony Weiner had his computer taken from him because he did the whole, sending his wiener pictures to underage girls. Well, when they went through his computer, a lot of this wasn't known about, but that's where the video was in a file marked life insurance. Why life insurance? Well, Anthony had a hit on there because the thing is, he used to protect himself too. Because even though he was married to Abedin, that kind of stuff, there was, I guess, there was marital strain. It wasn't all bliss, and he was just that possibly one of those, like, if mutual destruction, where if you turn around and try to report me, I've got something on you. So, all right, insurance policy for himself. That's why it's called. You get in file marked life insurance. Well, in the video, you can see them cut the face off of a little girl during one of their harvesting satanic rituals for the adrenochrome. It's, as I said, there's a picture in there too. You can see they're wearing the mask because, of course, it's a ritual and that kind of stuff. And you look right at it. It's just like, okay, it's right there. Now this video, though, because it keeps getting knocked, it'll be put on and then it gets taken off. The one place that it's is not being taken off of course, is on the dark web. So that's one of the few places that you can go and find it is still, that's, of course, the video file code name is FRAZZLEDRIP, just like it sounds, one word, FRAZZLEDRIP. So yeah, it is a very, very shocking video and stuff. Because there's also there's some sexual acts that are involved in there too. That it kind of goes. But now here's where things get strange. Okay, so man, because this is. When they do the adrenochrome and that kind of stuff, when they to get it by, so it's one of those. It's one of those that they did it in the bill. It was to hide some of what was going on, the adrenochrome, all the stuff. They put it in what is they call shoe bread. It's a special kind of bread because they did this. This is the thing. Now this goes back to the whole thing that ties into the Pizzagate, which was a pizza shop, but this was in a bakery and that stuff that wasn't very far. Okay, that's where they would do this at. So that's where they do the harvests and stuff like that. So it's one of those, like, you drive by and you see a Duff's Bakery, and you just think that they don't sell stuff there, that they're one of those kind of, oh, we supply stuff all over the place. But now here's what's weird is, so of all people to have found the whole FRAZZLEDRIP video, it got Barbara Bush. Okay, Barbara Bush, of course, the wife of George Herbert Walker Bush and that stuff. And she put out a tweet, just saw FRAZZLEDRIP. Did I really just watch a snuff film with Hillary Clinton? I'll post the link on Wednesday, April 18th. Oh my God, this is going to bury her. Now, guess what? April 17th, 2018, Barbara Bush dies. One day before she was going to put the link up. I mean, is this true? I mean, now so we got, of course, then Barbara Bush. They're saying Epstein. You got this whole line of corpses that are now lining up, and it's just like, there is the whole pattern. Once again, going to the word pattern, and that's not the only ones. I mean, those are the big ones I could think off the top of my head that died, But yeah, Barbara Bush putting a tweet out that on the 18th she was going to put the link for the FRAZZLEDRIP video online, and then she dies the day before. It could be coincidence. I don't know. I mean, weird things happen. Weirder things have happened. But now that's all with the FRAZZLEDRIP, because that's basically all there is. It's a video that is floating around on the dark web, and it's one of those that because of everything going on, and it's where the bakery and the pizza shop and stuff, that whole line of stores, it was in this one little shopping district, are all closed. Okay, and there's still investigations going on of pulling stuff. So I mean, those are just dead stores. They're not going to ever open. So, but of course, a couple of them, they really weren't stores. They were just fronts. Excuse me. I know usually I'd wind up sitting there and just me drinking a Mountain Dew. I'm now on a couple of weeks. I'm down to one small bottle of Mountain Dew a day, and now I'm drinking tea. The first couple of days were hell. I mean, it was just just felt the addiction of all of it. Just like, oh my God, it was just overbearing. It's like I just felt myself it's like I was just gonna fall forward, and my eyes are rolling. It's like I can't say, this pressure all through here, and it took like 2 or 3 days for those to go away. Mountain Dew is strong stuff. I didn't wean myself starting off properly, but now I'm weaning myself from the Mountain Dew. Now, so yeah, FRAZZLEDRIP. Look that in hashtag FRAZZLEDRIP, or just type in FRAZZLEDRIP in Google, and it'll give you some links, but then of course it'll give you the standard it's all made up links. Now, here's one thing nobody can deny on this stuff, and this is Elon Musk. So, Elon Musk, the one thing, probably one of the smartest people of all times, and that we can go back to the whole talking about that, he's a hybrid alien. That's why this technology and this stuff that is coming out. I mean, the guy, while he shot his car, was on his way to Mars. SpaceX, which was amazing for a private citizen to do what he did. The fact that then the whole Tesla car thing and putting the plans out that people just build their own, companies can make them, and that it's just one of those. It's like, what can't the guy do? I mean, the guy was, he was self-taught. which goes back to maybe that he could be a hybrid alien. He is one of those people that, with his smarts and money, he could, you're saying like, why doesn't this guy just build a nuclear weapon and stuff, take the world over, be an evil, Bond villain? Doesn't mean damn. He's on that path right now. So now everybody's thinking 5G towers. They're going to inject them to get these injectors of vaccine's going to have a chip in it. Okay, that's just crazy. They're not going to chip you through a vaccine because it's not that way. It's not going to happen. Okay, but here is what's going on. There's this thing that Elon Musk has been working on for now the past couple of years now. It's called Neuralink. Now, before we start talking too much about Neuralink, let's rewind just a little bit, okay? They've been shooting the satellites up, the satellite links, or whatever was it? I can't remember what they was calling them, but let's see. Let me look up real quick. Elon Musk. The whole Starlink. That's what it's. Starlink. Okay. Now, so he's been putting the Starlinks up, which the satellites that are. The plan is to build an interconnected network of 12,000 small satellites to beam high-speed internet from orbit to anywhere in the world. Anywhere. So, I mean, think about the places like right now that's on your phone that you cannot get even cell service or any of that stuff. This will be anywhere. Anywhere you're at, bang. That now leads us into Neuralink. So, Neuralink. He's been working on this for a little while. There was a big show today, as a matter of fact, this big technology show that he revealed the mysteries of the neuroscience from the company Neuralink that it's planning to connect computers to human brains. Okay, now this is the second version. The original version was it looked like one of those like hearing aid type things, devices right behind the ear. Well, then not this one here. Okay, this one here is. We'll get into that one, but the whole thing is it connects to your brain with these fibers they're thinner than the hair. Okay, and they can actually, it senses, it knows you're watching your neurons fire and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's insane. Now, he opened the vent and was talking about how that this is something that could, he emphasized that it could help with a wide variety of spinal and neurological conditions, including seizures, paralysis, brain damage, and depression. That it's a technology that could help. Okay, so well, the Neuralink it was introduced by they were watching it on, it was hooked to they had on the spin started testing area. It's hooked to a pig. Okay, so they're watching the whole thing. You could see the brain working on the neurons firing, everything from off of this pig that they had it hooked up to. So I mean, it's one of those party things. Wow, that it's really kind of amazing. But now here's the weird thing too is, the FDA and that stuff. He's already got the grant approval. I mean, it is already pushed through to continue funding and working on this technology. So now, here's where it gets even weirder. Okay. Now, this was the first generation said was originally the whole idea began off as a wearable device. Okay, they can wherever. Then it went to the first generation when it started being what was it said go install behind the ear, and now this one is so small. Okay, it's It's barely even the size of a coin, and it would sit under the top of your skull, like a Fitbit. Okay, that's basically what you'd be top of your skull. You're going to have a device about the size of a coin that can measure your brain waves, do all that stuff. So basically, they can know everything what's going on. Said Food and Drug Administration. I mean, they're kind of thumbs up and that kind of stuff, and they're not really talking too much about it. So now, but here's the thing: it's talked about how that it can preserve and enhance the brain. You know, it's almost like you think about like remember the movie Planet of the Apes with the reboot? I guess it'd be before or Dawn of Planet, whoever one that had where had John Lithgow was dementia and that kind of stuff, and you know the like vaccine to help cure that and stuff, where it enhances the brain and helped him out. Well, this is about the same. You know, think about that. Okay. Now this is an AI thing because you're hooking to a computer. Okay. Apparently, and it's right here. Musk talking about that they hooked this to a monkey who was able to turn around and use a computer without using his hands. Without using his hands, okay? He was using his brain, connecting to the computer. The monkey worked at the computer without using his hands. It just used the brain. That was it. So now, but here's the thing. This is insane. I mean, it's just one of those that it's just like this whole entire deal is everybody's so worried about that. Oh my God, you know, they're going to try, you know, the chip. This is the chip. This is it. And it's right here in front of you. There's no trying to hide this, you know. So, and that's one that everybody's like, they're trying to hide this, you know. They're, you know, Bill Gates, these guys, they're trying to hide. They're going to hide in these vaccines. This is straight out in front of you being presented this thing, Neuralink, a chip the size of a coin that goes on in the skull, the top of the skull, connects to your brain, mimics, works with your neurons and electrodes, all that firing, and it's had a high capacity to channel and communicate a computer and brain. It's AI. It's beginning of AI. It's beginning of losing basically control, because then why do we need Starlink to go and put high speed internet access type stuff everywhere to connect to the Neuralink, which is on top of the head? I think we answered it right there. And nobody is even, because it's as insane as what it sounds. As I said, it's already began. At the the big fair demonstration of that stuff. He had it working on a pig, and that's what they did. Demonstration. You can type in Neuralink and Elon Musk, and it's going to come right up. It's going to talk about what it does. And the thing is, these are all. It's not like this is someone sites that are iffy on it from conspiracies from the basement.com or something. I mean, these are like big named actual real sources and that stuff. This is a real deal. There's video of the pig and watching the brainwave as the pig is given food is take Walkman, all stuff. I mean, you can see it, the whole communication, and then you can see that they're communicating using, you know, a computer to have the pig do stuff. It's communicating, is mimicking the brainwaves and making the pig do what it wanted them to do because of the implant. And the thing is, it's not. I mean, it's these microscopic needles and thread plates that still go right into the brain. That's what they go to the top of the skull. Put it in there, around top of the brain. And here's the thing: is they're getting closer to getting this done. The fact that they have it on the pig, they got it to where it was working on a monkey who they got to use its brain to use a computer, not without even touching it, is insane. And the thing is, Elon Musk says he's a little behind because he's actually hoping to be able to launch it at the end of 2019, a full brain machine with synthetic artificial intelligence, but that's still to come. That is still to come. And it's like, if it's like anything else that he does, man, that's this is where the whole beginning of the end and that kind of stuff, the marking, you know, with the mark of the beast and all that. That's where this is all coming into. I mean, the stuff they're talking about that you could do with it, you can pilot drones with it. You can do anything. That's it. You're basically tapping into a computer network, and it's like the Matrix, like when before, you know, when they were living in the simulation and that stuff. You're going to be hooked to the biggest web in the world, and to me that is just a little scary because, you know, it's like the whole chipping thing and that stuff for in vaccines. That's how they track you. That stuff to me was like, that's a little too much. But now this and the fact that, like anything else, because of other stuff that he's done and shown that he's a genius in that. Oh yeah, it's for medical. It's for medical. It works off. It's a computer type thing. Electricity. You know, say where you're at, what's going on. Read all your stuff. Talk to computers and things like that. And if you talk to a computer with your mind, you're going to need a high speed. No matter where you're at, you're going to need high speed internet access. Oh my God, there's Starlink. So maybe Elon Musk is a supervillain or an alien hybrid, and this is how the aliens wind up going and taking over the world, because they'll get the implant into people's heads and they got control. Like I said, it is a genuine, real news story. And said the video of the pig was amazing. The fact it's wearing, they did it also on rats and other animals and stuff, and they can control them. And this is, before too long, for medical reasons, they start putting in humans. This is how we lose control. This is how, I said, if Musk is an alien hybrid, this is how the aliens take over, make us their slaves. No problem. Is he just an evil genius, one world domination? There you go, he controls everybody. But still, just keep an eye on that. So that means that that's going to be interesting to see what all goes along with that, because then think about it, every time that you look up in the sky when Starlink goes around, just think about the fact that Elon Musk with that Neuralink, that's going to go and just be the biggest game changer of what happened to civilization. They got Neuralinked, and everybody sat by and watched it happen. So I don't know. I mean, there's the biggest things right there of the week. I mean, of course, you had all this other stuff. I don't even want to get into all of the Kenosha deal and all that stuff. I'm just sick and tired of it. I'm tired of the people putting. Here's the full video, and the fact that video is still being passed around on Facebook and it has not been taken off, it's just disturbing. And it's just almost the fact that people say, well, here's the full video, and it's not the full video. They don't show portions. They don't show the part that they want, They find a piece of it and they think, well, this is what happened. This is the whole video. It's not. But there's just so much to it that's just wrong. I'll just say the one thing, whether it's true or not, I don't know. But from some news stories I read that the kid's mom took him up there to be a defender, which, okay, that right there, wrong if that's true, because dropping off your underage kid with a automatic weapon a gun like that in second situation is stupidest, idiotic parenting thing you could do. And of course, the way things go these days, and the way kids act these days, you know what? It doesn't really surprise me in a way that there'd be a parent to do something like that. And even that, to be that age to want to go down into that kind of situation, it's just one of those that goes into talking about the whole Aaron Coleman thing. You should probably need to talk to somebody, because there's a lot of issues going on underneath that's making you want to do that. It's not a good situation. It's almost as bad. It's worse. I mean, just almost as bad as the fact that the Wyandotte County Sheriff's Department hires 18-year-olds now. An 18-year-old kid right out of high school working in a prison for the county jail. That is the worst thing ever. It's going to end bad. Whenever for too long, you're just going to be this horror stories coming up there. Because I mean, you got to think about this: you get guys in there that they're young kid like that, easily manipulated, or they're going in because they were bullied, and now they're the ones in charge. They're the ones, and you're going to have something go wrong because of that too. So, and they're already understaffed to begin with. So it's just a nightmare on its own. But needless to say, if you dare to get on the dark web, look for FRAZZLEDRIP. Look for that video, because it is it's gruesome. I mean, it's one of those, on whether it's a fake video or not, that's up to you to decide. But there's too many other outside coincidences going along with the whole thing. It's just like, yeah. And what's weird is, have you noticed all the Epstein stuff? Epstein just kind of floated away. We really haven't heard much of what's going on with Miss Maxwell. At least I haven't. I tried looking it up to see has anything else been released. Nothing. I haven't been able to find anything, just period, and that stuff, except for we want to take her out of Gen Pop. Nothing's popping out too much. So somebody, there's a connection in there that's playing a game to keep this just going as long as possible until it's kind of forgotten about. And then where's Ghislaine Maxwell? Oh, we don't know anymore. So who knows? That's something we're gonna have to keep an eye on too. But as I said, if you are someone you know lives in District 37 in Kansas City, Kansas, man, I'm running right in position for the District 37. Okay, they've said if just look up these stories in it. But I'm a little short tonight, but it happens. Last week was kind of a hell week and that stuff, and something came up at the last minute, so we wasn't able to broadcast. But hey, at least tonight though, you got 3 things. You got FRAZZLEDRIP. You got the whole Elon Musk Neuralink that is going to be what turns humanity into robots, and of course the announcement that I'm running as the write-in spot for the District 37. But you know what? Everybody have a great weekend, and dude, I got more videos will be coming up here soon. Tell everybody you know about this, and please subscribe to the channel, because the more subscriptions, the more stuff that they release on here, then the better quality and stuff you get in return. So, good night.